We're just finished watching the Super Bowl ads. There were tons of ads and lots of language that came at us. And one of the pieces of language that really stuck out to me came from PepsiCo. They had an ad with Ben Stiller and Steve Martin. It was about Pepsi Zero. And the question is, does it taste good or not? And I think it's a really, really valid question. A lot of people ask that question. I think they understood what's on people's mind. Is it good or not? And their language that they used was about great acting or great taste. And they really were able to extend beyond the ad. They had a social media campaign. They sponsored a lot of social media. It was really, really, in my opinion, very, very smart, because I left that saying, you know what? I want to know, does it taste as good as they're making it seem? What did you think, Keith?
I 100% agree with what you just said, Lee. Just almost to build on it, there was another wonderful thing going on in the background, which is, of course, depositioning, right? Great acting or great taste. Well, everybody else is running commercials out there about how good their colas taste. Is that just acting? Now, one thing that I know I'll get a lot of disagreement about is I was curious whether they needed to end the ad by reversing themselves and saying, this tastes great, in a real authentic way, and then saying, or is that just acting? Right? I get that it was kind of driving something home. There's something clever about it, but for me, I thought it broke a little of the authenticity of what I felt, which was coming out of the fake acting, having a sip of a Pepsi Zero and saying, this tastes great.
And see, for me, I thought leaving it up to me to decide was a great call to action, because I wanted to go out and say, like, does it really taste as good as they're saying it was, or were they acting? So from my perspective, the way I heard it was very different than the way you heard it. And that's what we say. So Keith says he would have liked it the other way. I say they did a great job. What do you think? Because it's not what you say that matters, it's what they hear.